Welcome to the show today. We're going to be discussing God's existence with Harun Qureshi. He thinks he knows how to explain God's existence. We'll try it out. We'll see if he knows anything.
Assalamu alaikum, Subur. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, akhi. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
Yeah, you like
Reminds
it,
me
don't
of
you?
the sky, with blue sky, white clouds.
I think you need to go Specsavers. Does
Oh,
it
is
look
it?
like
A little bit. Anyway,
Anyway.
God's existence. Does God exist? The big question that people have asked for years and years and years. Does he exist? I would argue definitely yes.
you would argue?
Yes, I would argue that is because there's people that would say God doesn't exist. We don't know if God exists. We've never seen God.
Okay.
Look at evolution. Who created God anyway? All these silly arguments, and I would argue if somebody is really sincere and they use their mind and their intellect, they'll come to the conclusion that God definitely exists.
Go on then. I'll be the skeptic
Okay.
for today.
Fun. Okay, let's have this fun now. The universe, science has discovered that our universe had an absolute beginning. 1920.
Rank wrong.
Why?
I would say if something has always existed, it doesn't need a cause. And this universe, according to many scientists, has always existed. Since it's always existed, it doesn't need a cause, it doesn't need a creator.
Okay, I take it you'll be reading books, scientist books that are like thousands of years
You're
old.
assuming I read.
or
I don't
100.
read.
You don't read, okay. Yeah, no, I can see.
I watch YouTube.
Oh, is it? Oh
Right,
dear.
yeah.
Okay. Well, science has discovered that our universe had an absolute beginning.
What's
right?
an absolute beginning?
I'll explain to you. Have some patience, Sabur.
Sabr Jamil.
Sabur, it comes from sabara. So
Yes,
sabr,
yes,
yes.
fine. Hurry
Okay,
up.
Right. So our universe had a beginning. 1929, Edwin Hubble discovered that the universe is expanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if we just say we recorded that on a DVD, press the rewind button, what would happen? The universe would become denser and denser, smaller and smaller, until it reaches nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as the Cambridge astronomer Fred Hoyle said, the universe was shrunk down to nothing at all. Right.
All right.
So the question that begs an answer is, where did this universe come from?
It came from nothing.
Came from nothing. Okay. Well, let's take this scenario. You went home today, the door's locked, your whole house is locked, you go into your bedroom and lo and behold, there's an elephant in your bedroom. Couldn't come through the window's too small. Couldn't come through the front door, the door's too small. How did this elephant get in your front room?
I bought it in the couple of days before.
Really?
Yeah.
Through a door, yeah? That is
through
small.
my door.
Okay.
That
If
kills the argument,
No,
doesn't it?
If somebody said to you it came from nothing, this is the elephant you just saw. It came from absolute nothing. Would you tell me that's a logical conclusion? Be honest, Sabur.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is that if you came into your room, you've never seen this elephant before, somebody says to you this elephant just popped into your room in existence from absolute nothing. Would you say that is logical? Be honest.
I'm being honest.
Go for
it. Okay. It can't. It can't.
Yes,
Something
it can't.
cannot come from nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a logical universal principle. We don't get something from nothing. So how could
But
you
there might be some part of the universe where things are popping into being
well,
from nothing.
Well, that's irrational.
Hypothetically,
Okay.
anything could be true.
Sure. But the reality is that if our universe had a beginning, it couldn't have just popped into existence from nothing in the same way you would never assume an elephant popped into existence in your room from nothing. Does that make sense?
Fine. Okay, let's just get rid of the nothing hypothesis.
Exactly. Let's put that away. Well, some would argue, well, the universe created itself, right? Now, that itself is very illogical and irrational because that would also require our universe to be in existence and non-existence at the same time.
Yeah, but hang on. You're Harun Qureshi.
I'm Harun
Stephen
Qureshi.
Hawking, the famous physicist,
Yeah.
this is what he believes is spontaneous creation.
Yeah.
The universe created itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it came from Stephen Hawking.
Well, the problem here, if you actually read his book, as you said don't read, he explains that you need gravity for that to happen, right? The question is, where did the gravity come from? That needed to be created. Do you see? So the reality here is that the universe could not have created itself. It's like saying, Sabur, that you created yourself.
So I existed and did not exist, and I
at the
created
same
myself.
time? Could you create yourself?
Okay, let's just throw it out the window. Fine
Exactly.
enough for that.
So the best explanation, Sabur Ahmed, is that our universe
Why are you taking my
has a
surname?
creator, because it's the same middle name as me.
Fine.
Okay. We're
So
like
what-
brothers, man. I love you, bro. I love you.
Okay, that's nothing to do with the topic today. So what you're saying is it can't come from nothing.
Yeah.
It cannot create itself.
Yeah.
So it must have a creator. Now here's my question.
Go for it. I'm ready.
A creator, a cause. How do we know? It's Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Lady Gaga. How do we know anything, bro?
Lady Gaga. Okay, that's
We don't know any.
It's a good
we don't have
question.
any reason to believe a particular religion.
Yeah. I see your point. And this is something that the atheists will call God of the gaps. We don't know. Let's stick God in the gaps. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
put God there. However, that's not what we're going to do. Let's use our mind, our intellect, our rational and our logic to form what is the best conclusion. And if we think deeply, we can come to certain conclusions on the nature of the Creator. For example, firstly, we see that the Creator has an amazing amount of power and ability. The fact that I was able to put this whole universe into creation with the stars, the galaxies, the solar systems, the planets, etc. We as human beings can't even create a fly. Do you see?
Yeah.
So the reality, it has an amazing amount of power, right? Secondly, it has an amazing amount of intelligence because it's not just created us, but has ordered us with laws, systems, and processes that govern our universe, such as the laws of science, gravity, etc., physical, laws, chemical laws, biological laws, etc.
One thing.
Yeah.
You can carry on talking about the nature of God, but I have one thing which I'm going to bring which will destroy your argument totally.
Okay.
So I'll let you chatter on.
That's the excellent.
So you're saying it's powerful,
Yeah.
the cause is powerful.
Yeah.
You can talk about the rest of the nature.
So firstly, I've shown you how it's powerful, its intelligence. Thirdly, the fact that it's eternal and is able to put this whole universe into existence is different, shows it's different from creation.
Sure.
It's different from us, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's different, it's unique, and the best explanation is one, because we haven't got any reasons to believe it's more than one. And finally, the fact that it chose us to be in existence, that it chose to put us into existence, shows it has a choice and a will, right?
Okay.
And that shows it has a personality, because anything with a will has a personality. Now, I'm very interested to see what your undercutting, defeating question is, so I can return that back and cut you. Well, your question.
Here's the problem.
Right, so what's the problem?
You're assuming you can answer my question.
Go for it.
I think that's arrogant.
No, it's not.
You don't even know what my question is going to be. So what you started off was with, something if it's always existed, it doesn't need a cause. This universe began to exist, it needs a cause. Going back, the cause must be one, powerful, intelligent, so. All I need to say is, well, who made God? Who made God? Who made the Creator?
First, you've got really nice ears. They're very interesting shape.
They are.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
They're aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic
When I'm cycling, it helps me.
Really? That's good.
That's
you cycle a lot.
You see, you can't answer my question.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
You're getting away from my question.
No. Have I even pointed out the question? I'm just saying that you've got nice ears.
You're stuttering.
What about your ears?
No, you're stuttering.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about this. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a question that atheists, they come about as if they're playing cricket. They get the ball and they're going to bat to,
I'm not an atheist. I'm just asking a question.
I know. Did I call you an atheist?
You said this is what atheists come out with.
This is an atheist, right? They're just like, as if somebody's going to go and they're going to bowl and they're going to, the theist is coming and going to smash the
Pakistanis love cricket, but my question was, who
Let me
made
explain.
God?
But the reality is that this question is weak. It's as though the atheist has got a sponge bat. It's not a solid argument.
Can you just answer the question, please?
If you give me an opportunity, yar, I'll answer it.
Fine.
Okay, so we've got two options. Option number one is that we have what is called an infinite regress of creators. What this means is that the creator has a creator, and that creator needs 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 a creator, and that creator needs
You're rapping now.
Yeah, I am. So we have an infinite amount of creators.
Okay.
Option number two is that the creator is uncreated and uncaused. Okay. Right? Now let's entertain this. Right? Can we have an infinite amount of creators?
Okay.
The answer is no. Let's take this scenario.
Wait, you just assumed it was no.
And I'm going to explain why. Imagine if I had a sniper and I want to shoot you in your ear, right?
Because you can't answer my question.
Yeah. I'm answering your question if you listen,
Fine.
bro. So I want to shoot you in your ear,
Sure.
right? But before I pull the trigger, I need to ask permission from my general. So I call up my general, am I allowed to pull the trigger?
Sure.
And he says, hold on, I need to ask my general. So he calls up his general and says, General, can the soldier pull the trigger? And he says, I need to ask my general. So he calls up his general, can the soldier pull the trigger? And he says, I need to ask my general. Imagine that happen forever, this pattern happen forever, would I ever pull the trigger?
No.
No, exactly. Now, if we take this principle and we apply it to our scenario of our universe, it's the same thing. If our universe needs a creator, but that creator needs a creator, and then that creator needs a creator, and that goes on forever, in the same way I would never shoot your ears, the universe would not have been created. Okay. And this is why Roy Abraham Varghese, he writes that theists and atheists can agree upon
Who is Roy Van
He's a writer, yeah?
There's many writers, there's Harry Potter.
Excellent, he doesn't write books, he's a character, but anyway, okay, a writer, he says that, and this is very logical, think about this, the point here. Theists and atheists can agree upon one thing. If anything at all is to exist, there must be something preceding it that has always existed. take your pick, God or the universe, something always existed. The reality is the universe hasn't always existed, so the only option, which is the best explanation, is that God always existed.
So, to summarize the argument for our viewers, in 1 minute,
Okay.
the beginning of the universe.
So our universe had an absolute beginning.
Sure.
Where did this universe come from? Couldn't come from nothing. Couldn't have created itself. It has a creator. When we think about the nature of the creator, we see it has an amazing amount of power and ability as a source of intelligence. Is different from creation, unique in one. And finally has a will and a personality. Does that make sense?
It does. And thank you very much for viewing this short Dawah Bite series. Please go on to Mission Dawah for more resources on Dawah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam.